Hello, it's like in here to show you the Dora the Explorer and license rights coloring. You see right here that I went ahead and colored as Dora the Explorer, and then along right here as you have it, you got the computer software along with the toys. But what I of course take me just a small amount of time to explain right here about what I got detailed. But you're right here you have is like you got electronics devices such as a laptop, or it could be an iPad reader, or an iPhone, or is a Android, or smartphone or whatever. And then along right here is you have Wi-Fi, like for internet connections, so far as Wi-Fi, dial-up, or DSL or whatever. But the whole part of about license rights is the fact about talking about the user license agreement. Is pretty much is if you were to go out and buy a software such as maybe Photoshop, or maybe Explore More, or whatever type of a software program, that a lot of times is you would come up to like a document, right? Kind of like this, is that it's like a document such as a say spreadsheet or whatever, that you have details about the software. You would follow the pages one by one about using the software, and then about the fact about how to use it, what grants your license to use it or whatever, and then about so far as warranties, guarantee, or whatever you call it, that they want you to read and understand the use of the software. And a lot of times you'll say is click or and accept or whatever. But so far as the user license agreement, you begin to wonder is that there's probably a lot of people like maybe like Boots, or it's like Dora the Explorer, young people, children, kids, whenever they turn 14 years old or whatever, or young adults that they turn 17, 18, that they buy the software, and then and a lot of times they don't want to read the user license agreement, which I don't blame them. Which I've read a few of them, but on a few softwares that I bought, which I can probably name a few of them. Which one was is that like a card factory, and the greeting card factories, and along with the scrapbooking, and then along with maybe a video, a game or whatever that I bought for the computer, or it could be a software related to whatever make it was buy, that is like a game like miniature golf, or it could be U.S. history or something like that, American history, or it could be Encarta encyclopedia or whatever, internet security. But you buy these softwares, and a lot of times that they want you to read a user license agreement, read it and understand it, and the whole purpose about it is you pop it into your CD-ROM drive, a CD or whatever, you download it off the internet, and you put it install it onto your computer, or you can on your amplifier or whatever you call it, that you have it download the application to an iPhone or whatever, and they want you to read a user license agreement. And a lot of times is that what you say is pretty much as you get connected worldwide, whenever you get connected to the internet, that you begin to wonder what Wi-Fi stands for. I guess the World International Frequency Institute, or whatever you call it. It's like for Wi-Fi connection, along with the dial-up and along with the DSL internet connection. But the whole purpose, I guess, about the user license agreement is that your ownership of the license, about the license rights, is that you have your ownership of the software, that you go to the store, you go into a store, and then that you buy the software and you install it at your own home computer or whatever, or your office computer, or your Apple iPhone or whatever, and more likely they say that it's granted the right to use the software however you like it, whatever you want to use it for. But then you gotta respect the rights of the owner of the property, that they want you to read about about the products, and then about receiving updates on certain things or whatever on it. And I'm sure that a lot of people probably say that just click I accept or I deny or whatever you call it. They don't want to bother to read it. But then of course it's like you don't bother to read it, and then more like that you may have the problems to where you could have software problems like bugs or whatever that could interfere with the file that it's pre-installed on. But which you could say it happens a lot of times, that whenever you buy computer software that you use it, and then the next thing you know it could the file could get corrupt or whatever you call it, and then you're not knowing exactly what's going on. But a lot of the softwares that you use that you would they say that this will be like the worst part. You go into the whole setup application, you go to Setup Wizard, and they want to know the country where you're living, and they activate the PIN code that they need to have an activation code or whatever. Type that in, and the next thing you know, the end user license agreement, the license agreement, what I would probably say will be the worst part. This is the worst part about installing the software, which they say that whenever you agree to it, that it's pretty much installing the software on your hard drive, and then whenever you do that, it's like you don't need to pop the disk in and out or whatever, but they say that it grants you the right to use it. And so far with the webcam right here, that knowing as that exact purpose, a lot of these toys, you still got to pay the taxes and stuff like that in order to use them. But then it's like by the time you get them home, well, you can still use them, but then you got to respect the ownership of them. But the fact about I'm sure that's coming is that you can use a microwave online. Use a microwave online, just act like if you were cooking something, and then they may recommend the amount of minutes they have it in the microwave for, and then after it's done, and then maybe it'd be a chip that you can insert inside the microwave that would mainly do the adjustments automatically. A memory card directly that connects to the computer, connected to a microwave device, and it starts doing the settings automatically. But that type of technology, I don't think really has been discovered yet or whatever. But the way technology is moving nowadays, it's like the way technology is moving nowadays, that you just don't know that what's going to show up on the shelves in the next 2 or 3 years. But whatever it is, that if you begin to wonder if whatever technology is, if it's better or just about the same, that the people just don't want to pay the high amount of money for it. But either way, it's like say for Dora the Explorer, that is to look for the products that that you'll use and that you'll be satisfied with. But so far as Dora the Explorer and license rights, along with the toys, and along with his, you get the friend boots. It's like friend boots, to save a amount of cash. That it's like this to respect the ownership of the rights on whatever you buy. But so far as for Dora the Explorer and license rights